Hi there. So my Samsung dryer is about 1.5 years old, and of course it already broke. What happens is it keeps running. So if I shut the door, even if it's off, it keeps spinning. And you can see I can turn it on, I can do all kinds of things, play with all the settings, turn it off, it keeps running. So that's the problem. Here you can see my model number, and it's about 1.5 years old. So I called the number here that they specify for service, and Samsung is not very good about telling you anything very helpful. Unfortunately, they told me to try things like turn off the circuit breaker, check, make sure the lint trap is clean, which it was, and make sure that the dryer vent is not blocked. Things that seem quite unrelated to it not stopping spinning. So I did some research on YouTube and found a solution. So I just wanted to share that with everybody because it definitely saved me a lot of time and hassle and parts. So first step is to unplug the dryer. That's the only other way to get it to stop spinning. It is a good problem to have it keep working at least, but if you're gonna go to work, I don't want to leave a load in the dryer for 8 hours continuously spinning. So unplug the dryer, and then I'll show you how to get in and hopefully fix the issue. So what I found online is that this has been happening with Samsung dryers. It looks like for many years, about 7 years or so. I went back and found people complaining about the same issue. If you have stackable washer dryer, the good news is that you don't need to unstack or do anything fancy to be able to do this fix. I just have out my little step stool here, and then on the other side have a toolbox step stool. So I'll show you what you need to do. You need to remove the top cover. There are 2 screws on the back here, so I'm going to be unscrewing those 2 screws first. So we're going to try this way. Hopefully you guys can see okay. But basically once you have those screws out, then this top cover just comes right off. Really easy, just set that out of the way. So once you get the cover off, then you're gonna take actually just this little cover off here. So there's 3 screws, 1, 2, and 3 right there. Easy, just unscrew those and we will get into the board. Okay, so the screws are out. Now you just wanna slide this off to see the board here. Look at that. And then I'll show you here in a second. I'm gonna grab my tool. In the YouTube video that I found, it was a guy called One Beer Job, and he got me headed in the right direction here. So what he did is unplugged all of the different plugs on this board and then just replugged them in again. Didn't actually change anything out, but he unplugged and replugged them in. In the comments below his video is actually where I found out a little bit more on that. What happens is inside these 2 relays here, so the black boxes in here, the relays get stuck, and that's what causes the dryer to keep spinning, or at least that's what appears to be happening. So one of the comments suggested actually wrapping on these or hitting these relays to get the relays unstuck, and then putting it back together. That no need to actually unplug and replug them in, but just hitting these little black boxes right here. So that's what I'm going to do with the screwdriver right now. Just hit them hard 5-6 times, and hopefully it'll work again. I'll grab my screwdriver and do that here in just a second. Alright, so hopefully you can see. I know it's a little bit far away, but I gotta have my hands free. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to whack at these. Give them a good whack in all the directions. You may have to do this again. So I've done this before, that's how I know it works. It worked for a few loads and then it got stuck again. So worst case, you can buy the board online and replace the board yourself. It's just as easy as disconnecting these and then reconnecting it to the new boards. But I'm hoping to save myself about $100 or so by just doing this anytime it needs it. So after finishing wrapping on the relays, I'm just gonna finish putting the screws back on, the cover back on, and then we will see if it worked. So now I've put the covers back on. I'm just gonna plug it back in here. And we'll see if it works. I did move it away from the wall, so I'm gonna leave that until I make sure that it works. But as you can see, it's off. Before, if I would shut the door, it would start spinning anyway. And now you can see I can shut the door and it's not spinning. Yay! I can turn it on, start. It spins like it's supposed to. Before, if I hit pause, it would not pause, it would keep spinning, and now it stops. I can turn it off and it stops. So it worked. Hopefully it'll stay working for a while, but that's an easy fix. Again, I'm no professional here, but I saw on YouTube, wanted to share. I'm just a regular mom that wanted to be able to use my dryer without having issues and without having to babysit it all the time because it stayed on all the time. So hopefully this was helpful to you. Good luck. Feel free to put in the comments. Again, this is the model number of the Samsung one. Do yourself a favor, don't waste time on the Samsung 800 number or on their website. Just look at YouTube. Thanks for watching.